Please join me in welcoming to the podium Jim Haar, Chair of our Board of Trustees and a 1962 graduate of Buena Vista. Jim?
Thank you, President Moore. Wow, what a crowd. What a speech. Good evening, everyone. And I'm so proud as an alum to welcome you tonight. We've had a great day already. The board meeting was this morning. We had a great meeting. The students continued this afternoon to engage in a conversation with Prime Minister Blair in Shaler Chapel. And of course, we had the great keynote address tonight. It just doesn't get any better in America, does it? We have excitement, we have energy. It's the kind of a day that keeps bankers like me in touch with what is really important: educating the leaders of tomorrow and staying connected to the critical issues of the day. It makes me extremely proud to be an alumnus. As we bring our day of celebration into these evening hours, I get to focus on something else that is important to me as a businessman and as chair of the Board of Trustees. And that's the future vitality of this wonderful university. I have lived most of my life here in Storm Lake. I have witnessed how philanthropy changed the path of Buena Vista. And it has set us on a course we had not ever before dared to dream. Dr. Harold Walter Siebens saw something special at Buena Vista. He challenged us in the 1980s, and the foundations he established have challenged us several times since. Dr. Siebens, we welcome you back again. Sharon, we're honored you're here. But I also want you to know we're honored to have your grandfathers and great-grandfathers' relatives. I stopped over to say hello, and I said, I heard you were nephews. Well, I got confused. Regardless, you're welcome here any and every time you get a chance. We love the Siebens family and for what you've done to help us. The Siebens family has made it possible for many of us to be philanthropy-minded, and for that, this university is grateful. We have emerged as a center of learning that exemplifies excellence. Personally, Gretchen and I are very proud to help advance Dr. Siebens' dream for Buena Vista. Tonight, we are publicly introducing a major and critically important initiative for BVU. We are calling it See Tomorrow, the campaign for Buena Vista. See Tomorrow, the campaign for this great university. By the end of this program, you'll see just how important this campaign is to the future, to our university, to our ability to attract best students and faculty, and to provide the talent and resources we will need to prepare our graduates for a society that has become increasingly complex, competitive, and global, as stated tonight by the Prime Minister. At Buena Vista, we place a high priority on producing graduates who can adapt and become engaged and productive citizens of their communities. Our alumni in graduate schools and in the workforce frequently tell us that in many respects, our students are ahead of their colleagues. They truly appreciate the quality and relevancy of the many eye-opening learning opportunities they have had here. So, thank you for joining us and helping us celebrate. We appreciate all that you do for this great university and for our students. Welcome and thanks again.
Thank you, Jim, for those remarks and also for your outstanding leadership of this institution. The William W. Siemens American Heritage Lecture is a wonderful occasion from which we can launch a major capital campaign. To be able to kick off this major philanthropic initiative in the midst of an event endowed by Dr. Harold Walter Siemens seems just right. Dr. Siemens ignited a spirit of philanthropy at Buena Vista. Because of support from our alumni and friends, we are fulfilling Dr. Siemens' dream of a greater philanthropic support of this special place of learning by more individuals who've been bitten by the philanthropic bug. Obviously, this is a great opportunity to gather together some of the most influential people in the Midwest and beyond. You represent all walks of life, from business and industry to the healthcare professions, law, education, religion, and the public sector. We also believe that the opportunity for you to hear from the Right Honorable Tony Blair tonight aligns perfectly with the spirit of this evening. Three themes stand out as appropriate links between this lecture series and the launch of our campaign. First, Buena Vista University is an institution of higher learning where intellectual curiosity, critical thinking, freedom of expression, and creativity matter most. Our academic community enables students to explore, to discover, to stretch their boundaries, and in so doing, to take their minds to places of which they've never dreamed. Second, at BVU, we cultivate an academic environment that emphasizes awareness of and connections to the world around us. We care about what happens on our campus, in Storm Lake, across Iowa, and in communities throughout America. And at a time when the future of the United States is so inextricably linked to that of so many other nations, we take intense interest in the transformational political and socioeconomic events occurring globally. And third, the Buena Vista community continues to celebrate the spirit and power of philanthropy. The William W. Siemens American Heritage Lecture Series is one of the most inspiring examples of what philanthropy has done to bring the world to this campus and to bring life for our students, what they learn in their classes and through the news media, the internet, and today, social media. We would not have had the opportunity to bring such dignitaries as Tony Blair, Margaret Thatcher, Colin Powell, or former Presidents Jimmy Carter and George H.W. Bush to this campus if it had not been for the foresight and generous philanthropy of Dr. Harold Walter Siemens, who made it possible for us to host this splendid lecture series. Tonight, as we launch Seed Tomorrow, the campaign for Buena Vista University, we once again shine the spotlight on philanthropy. Please join us in celebrating the spirit of generosity that is such an important part of our BVU culture. Let us launch the campaign for Buena Vista University and together catch a glimpse of the future. Together, let's see tomorrow.
I think when I came in, I felt kind of like a fish out of water, in over my head, but BV is really good about telling you that that's okay and you'll find your way.
And if that means that you are a business major who loves doing theater, as in my case, go right ahead. Do what you love to do, and we'll help you do that as much as possible.
At first, I didn't believe I couldn't take any leadership positions. I felt incapable, and now I look at my resume and it's incredible how much I've been able to accomplish in these 4 years.
I've gone to places that I never thought I would be, and as much as I'm excited to go off and go on to dental school, it's going to be really hard knowing that this is what I'm going to be leaving behind.
Buena Vista not only has done wonders for thousands of kids and families, by the way, but personally it has been an experience of a lifetime for me just to serve on the board, because we can make a difference.
We are very excited about the See Tomorrow, the campaign for Buena Vista. It's a campaign unlike the ones we've done in the past. We are a learning organization, and so it's important that we invest in our faculty. But we also see this campaign as an opportunity to invest in our students, in high-impact learning experiences that we know enhance not only their learning but their marketability.
My junior year, I traveled to Spain, in Granada, and I was there for a whole semester. While there, I took classes as well as I had an internship, and it was really cool to put what I've learned into play. We'll examine the merits of the current intercultural programs.
So many times our students will be the very first person in their family to earn a college degree, and that's enormously satisfying for us to be a part of that family dream.
The summer after my freshman year, our family was affected by the floods of 2008, so we lost our house that summer. BV came back and helped out with financial aid, again allowing me to come back the next year. And so without that, there's no way I would have been able to make it through.
Having financial aid really helped us. My parents both work at meat plants, and for my family it was important to give me a better education in order for me to succeed and not continue in their same paths.
And so our hope is with this campaign that we will be able to and have raised money to help defer some of those costs so that our students can take advantage of those high impact learning opportunities outside the classroom. There's also a component of the campaign that calls for investment in faculty, in endowed chairs and professional development for our faculty.
And you can see that by using the p-value method.
So long-term,
endowed professorships or endowed faculty chairs of various kinds are a great opportunity either to recognize the excellence of current faculty members or to recruit particularly strong faculty members to fill a particular role at the institution.
I was fortunate. I was given the George Wythe Award. It's given every year to a faculty member, and it comes with it a very generous professional development grant. I'm going to the American Literature Association conference in May, and I'll be surrounded by people who love American literature, and they're excited about American literature, and they have ideas about different texts to teach or ways of teaching, and then I'll bring that back with me. I think it's a really important component of being a teacher, being active in your discipline and being aware of new ideas and getting excited that way.
They have this passion to change the world, and to change the world by changing individual students' lives, to get them to learn, to believe they can. They really have this emotional connection to the profession that says, I want to make a difference. And oftentimes it's because some teacher in their lives or coach did that for them.
My future aspirations would be to go to medical school, and the students that have gone off to graduate school have always said that they felt really prepared in the classroom and that they felt like they had a leg up. And I can kind of see that in preparing for the MCAT. Professors are coming back at night and they're helping us get through material, and so they're there for us and they want to see us succeed. As I look back and think about everything that I've done at BV, it's quite remarkable. It's gone by really fast, and I don't think I would change a thing about how I did things in the past and the choices I made, just because BV makes sure you make the right choices.
I can look forward to someday being out there in the real world and being able to come back here and converse with professors or be a mentor to the students who are here.
If the opportunity comes in for me to help out other students in the future through financial aid, I would definitely do it. We all need the opportunity to have a strong beginning.
I will always have a sort of fondness for this place, and no matter where I go, no matter how far away I get, I will always be able to look back and appreciate what opportunities I was given here.
Gretchen and I both feel honored to be a part of this university, and to take a leadership responsibility was something that was important to our family. And now we need to really get together as a team, alumni, friends, and let's get this thing over the top. You know, there's one thing to have a goal, but we got to cross the finish line. We can do it.
Did you like that? It's no coincidence that the video you just saw and the testimonies you just heard focus on the students and faculty of Buena Vista University. See Tomorrow, the campaign for Buena Vista University, is primarily about people, the teachers and the learners who point us toward tomorrow. Our students are the reason this university exists. Their intellectual curiosity thrives in this academic environment. Our professors' dedication to teaching and our students' commitment to learning and their many academic accomplishments deserve our respect, our admiration, and our support. To expand upon what was just presented in the video you saw, please let me introduce two people. First, Dr. Beth Lamore, Professor of Speech Communication. Beth is a 1983 graduate of Buena Vista. In 2002, she received our George Wythe Award, the university's highest honor for excellence in teaching and one of the most prestigious faculty awards in the country. and Misty Shaver, who graduated summa cum laude this past May. Misty is currently a student in the School of Dentistry at the University of Iowa.
Thank you, President Moore. Good evening. First off, it's great to be back. Feels like I'm coming home. My 4 years at Buena Vista were an amazing journey. They were filled with wonderful experiences. I was challenged every day, both inside and outside the classroom and lab. Though my studies were demanding, I definitely am seeing the benefits of all that hard work as I begin dental school. In my current dental school courses, I feel well prepared and can compete academically with the best of my classmates who attended various other colleges, both big and small. I owe much of what I have become as both a student and a person to BV and its professors. They are so passionate not only about teaching, but about their students. The professors I had while I was a student at BV were highly supportive of me and my goals, yet continually challenged my intellectual curiosity. Part of me wants to succeed in dental school just for them, to show them that their support and encouragement meant a lot to me and still does. I would like to tell you a little bit about my faculty mentor and a professor who made a significant impact on my BVU experience, someone I can still reach out to for advice. Dr. Brian Lensmeyer, Associate Professor of Biology, was my research advisor for 3 years and professor for numerous courses. If I ever had a question about anything, biology, my career plans, or just life in general, I knew I could go to him. One of the things you should know about Dr. Lensmeyer is that, like Dr. Lamore, he recently received the George Wythe Award, which was created through a substantial endowment by the late Paul and Vivian McCorkle, who were BVU Life Trustees. This semester, Dr. Lensmeyer is spending his Wythe sabbatical working on cancer research at the Mayo Clinic. And yes, he is still thinking about his BV students while on sabbatical. He plans to return to campus next semester with new ideas for basic cancer student research projects and opportunities for students to collaborate with the Mayo research team. That is the Dr. Lensmeyer I know and respect. My BVU professors are amongst a small group of individuals I proudly call my role models. I am fortunate to have had the opportunity to work with each and every one of them. Anything we can do to support their professional development and ultimately their students is a great investment. Of course, what I was able to accomplish at BVU would not have been possible without financial assistance. That support became even more crucial for me following the summer of 2008 when my family lost our home to the flooding in Cedar Rapids. The following summer, my dad had a stroke, which had yet another significant impact on our family finances. In both of these situations, BVU came through with additional financial aid so that I could continue my studies here. For that, I will be forever grateful, and I thank those in this room whose generosity made that possible and continues to allow BVU to help students in need. As I look back on my years at this university, I realize I became a better, more culturally aware person, open to the new experiences and challenges that life brings my way. Thank you.
Thank you, Misty. Your student experiences say a lot about why BVU has made this faculty one of its priorities of this campaign. I would like to touch upon why it is also so important to make high-impact experiences outside the classroom, such as international travel, internships, and undergraduate research, accessible to all students, not just those who have the means to take advantage of them. I'd like to share a couple of brief examples. Just this year, 2 students were approved for the Rollins Fellowship, which was also created by a substantial gift and subsidizes international travel and internships for deserving sophomores. One spent the summer in Cuba to study the healthcare system of that country. The other will travel to South Sudan next summer to distribute used laptops and teach basic computer skills in a refugee camp. Both of these students will be the first generation in their families to earn a bachelor's degree. These are just two of the many examples of how donors can have a tremendous impact on students. The takeaway is this: students are transformed by these global experiences and return more independent, more confident, and with greater appreciation for life and other cultures outside the Midwest. Another component of the campaign is creating more opportunities for internships and undergraduate research. Without a doubt, students who have internships have far greater marketability and develop important connections within their fields, which is extremely important, particularly in this economy. One of our stellar internships is made possible through a partnership with the Minnesota Vikings. It's called the Game Day Internship, where two of our students work at home games with the Viking staff and news media during the NFL season. Jeff Anderson, class of 2003, who was recently promoted to Director of Corporate Communications for the Vikings, was instrumental in getting this internship program started. Jeff is living proof that a successful internship can lead to far more. Jeff was a student intern with the Vikings during his senior year. He was called back to work the draft and then was hired by the team following graduation. To think that Jeff's career success started with a January internship is amazing, but it also reflects his talent and dedication. Unfortunately, internship opportunities are often unpaid and would create significant financial hardship to many students and their families. With donor support, more students will be able to take advantage of these transformative experiences. This evening, we have two students, Ronald Forcell and Jennifer Welch, who will tell you firsthand of their own experiences, which were subsidized through various combinations of institutional stipends, awards, and grants. This afternoon, they were members of the student panel that had the opportunity to talk with Prime Minister Blair.
Good evening. My name is Ronald Forcell. I'm a pre-law, political science, and public administration double major from Norfolk, Nebraska. One of the most memorable experiences for me during my time at Buena Vista University occurred in January 2010 when I participated in the Holocaust Studies trip to Eastern Europe and Israel with other students. By far the most emotional part of the trip for me was standing in the middle of Auschwitz in a snowstorm with a wind chill of -5. We're all bundled up wearing coats, gloves, scarves, hats, everything, and we're all sitting there complaining about how cold it was. Then we all suddenly, almost all at once, realized we're complaining about this, but people live through this wearing nothing more than a t-shirt and shorts. It really spoke to all of us. And not one person that went on that trip hasn't said that that was the most important part. I would like to thank all of you in this room who made that experience possible for us. Thank you for your generosity.
Good evening. I am Jennifer Welch, a sophomore biochemistry major from Afton, Iowa. My introduction to the travel and research opportunities at BVU began the end of my freshman year when I was one of 10 students who went on a biology field trip to South Africa with 2 professors. That trip was also an eye-opening cultural experience as we learned about the struggles facing many South Africans who often lack the daily necessities and personal freedoms that we take for granted. In January, I will be one of 6 students and 2 faculty members traveling to Cape Horn, Chile, as part of BVU's new Global Fellows Program. Thanks to the support from travel stipends made possible by generous donors, I could not ask for any better experiences. They will all be of great value when I go on to graduate school and begin my career in pharmaceutical research.
Our students, our faculty, and our campus. These are the investments that will enhance the Buena Vista University experience for generations to come. Even as we, excuse me, Laura. Yeah? Oh, I goofed. Even as we publicly launch See Tomorrow, the campaign for Buena Vista University this evening, the fact is that many of our trustees and our staff have been working diligently behind the scenes to build momentum for this critical initiative. Their work has resulted in a number of leadership gifts that will set the tone for this campaign and, we hope, inspire others to give commensurate with their means. This evening, it is our pleasure to recognize several alumni and friends who have made commitments of $1 million and more. They are benefactors, to invoke those words of another former British Prime Minister, Sir Winston Churchill, define their lives not by what they get, but by what they give. Now, I invite Trustee Laura Horn, BVU class of 1973, to announce these donors. Laura, the honor is yours.
Thank you, President Moore. In 1969, I was a country girl with some good grades and big dreams, and there was no way my parents could send me to college. BV offered me a full tuition scholarship, a work-study job, and that and what we then called a government loan put me through college and changed my world. I wondered back then where the money came from for scholarships, and someone told me that it came from gifts from individuals. Why on earth, I wondered, would anybody give their own money so somebody they had never met could go to college? I am beyond grateful to those people. I'm indebted to them, and I am inspired by them, as I am by the people who support BVU today. At this time, we want to offer our appreciation to our leadership donors. First, to those people who are not represented here this morning, this afternoon, this evening, right? The McCorkle Family Trust, created by the late Paul and Vivian McCorkle, who were both life trustees. This trust will provide $2 million for See Tomorrow. Vivian was a 1959 graduate of BV. Second, a Buena Vista alumna who wishes to remain anonymous has committed $1 million to support student participation in choral music ensemble travel. And another alumna also wishes to remain anonymous, has committed $1 million to create endowments to support the BVU chaplains programs and student science and math research projects. And we also express our appreciation to the leadership donors who are here this evening. I'd ask each couple to stand as I read your names, and please remain standing. Jim and Gretchen Haar. Jim, class of 62, chair of the BVU Board of Trustees, is chairman emeritus of the Meta Financial Group. The Haars have committed $1 million to advance the mission of Buena Vista. Thank you. Cordell and Sandra Peterson. Cordell, class of 1963 and a BVU trustee, is the founder and president of Peterson Contractors of Rhinebeck. A $1.1 million leadership gift from the Petersons jump-started the construction of our new synthetic turf field. Doug and Joni Clausen. Doug, a trustee, is president and CEO of VT Industries of Holstein. Through the Clausen Family Foundation, they've committed $1 million to endow the Clausen Family Chair in the Harold Walter Siebens School of Business. And Don and Charlene Lamberti. Don is the retired CEO and chairman emeritus of Casey's General Stores. The Lambertis have committed just over $3 million to endow a chair in applied and professional ethics. We're exceedingly grateful. Thank you. We're exceedingly grateful to these visionary men and women and for others who've made early campaign leadership commitments. You'll find the names of each of these donors in the program at your table. Thank you all for all you do for Buena Vista University.
Our thanks to these generous men and women and many others who've made leadership gifts to the campaign. I am pleased to announce that as of 8:31 p.m. on Friday, October 7, we have raised $21,050,641 toward a $27.5 million goal for See Tomorrow, the campaign for Buena Vista University. Thanks to all who have given great momentum to this campaign and, more importantly, have put their imprint on the future of this university about which we care so deeply. We've made excellent progress toward our goal, but we have more to do. Our goals are ambitious, but they are realistic and they're achievable, and they reflect the level of excellence that has been a hallmark of this university throughout its history. Don Lamberti, who is a Sir John Templeton Life Trustee, served with high distinction on our Board of Trustees for 18 years, including 5.5 years as our chair. During his service to Buena Vista, he and Charlene have been significant donors in support of major capital projects, student internships, and now this campaign. Don?
Thank you, President Moore. As I look back on my association with BV, it all began years ago with an invitation to be a guest lecturer in a business class. When I spoke with the students, I was amazed at how attentive they were and how interested they were in learning about Casey's General Stores and how we were meeting competitively the business challenges. At that time, I also learned how BV was transforming itself into a highly respected school with buildings, new programs, and new ideas for the future. When I returned home to Ankeny from that initial visit, I was hooked on BVU and have been ever since. Serving this institution for 18 years was one of the most personally fulfilling experiences of my life. When I decided to retire from the board early this year, Charlene and I wanted to make a significant gift that would have a lasting impact on faculty and students. In giving some serious thoughts to this, I was reminded of remarks by Sir John Marks Templeton at the American Heritage Lecture I attended here in 1993. His speech explored the spiritual foundation of economic behavior. I still have a transcript of that speech and read it quite often because it is just as valid today as it was then. One of Mr. Templeton's statements that really hit home was, and I quote, "The market economy depends for its survival on the personal integrity of those acting within it." How true this is. Integrity and faith-based principles in all that we do are at the core of my business and personal philosophy. They are important in both one's chosen profession and in life. I know Buena Vista offers some very good classes on ethics, but I felt we could do more. After discussing this with President Moore, I determined that a gift in support of the faculty chair in applied professional ethics would allow BVU to place even greater emphasis on this important aspect of students' career preparation. I'm an optimist. I'm optimistic that our BV graduates can continue to be a role model for ethical conduct. Those who know me understand that I tell it like it is, and I can state that this is a marvelous university with a compassionate history and a very bright future. I'm very pleased to have had this opportunity to play a role in the major growth and current success. Jim, would you please join me on stage?
Thank you, Don.
Now, all of you have an opportunity to make a difference. An investment in BVU will have an impact not only on the students, but on this state and this nation well into the future. Please join me in supporting See Tomorrow, the campaign for Buena Vista University. Thank you.
One never wants to make a remark to Mr. Casey's if he's not ready to back it up. Thank you so much, Don. And we have learned so much from your leadership here. And to you, Mrs. Lamberti, thank you. And I want to thank all of you that have been here tonight. The program is about to conclude, but we appreciate the support that you've given this great university over the years. But we've got a lot to do, as has been said, and why this campaign is important to the future of this university. I can assure you that your investments, and I call them investments, in our faculty and in our students will produce results that will ensure the long-term vitality and quality of a highly regarded academic program and will enable our students to prepare for whatever opportunities and challenges they will face as they begin their careers and become responsible citizens of their communities. Your investments will help create expanded educational opportunities for young women, young men of all backgrounds, many of whom are first in their families, as you've heard tonight, to earn a college degree. Nobody does it better than here. Your investments will also strengthen an already exceptional faculty. What can be more important to students than having a talented faculty? Mentors dedicated to helping them succeed in the classroom and in their future careers. What our graduates learn at Buena Vista will also have an exponential impact as they touch the lives of thousands of others throughout their careers. We are well on our way to making this a very successful campaign. 21 million to date, and we just announced. And wouldn't it be wonderful, wouldn't it be exciting if we could just blow the top off this goal in this economy Look what we've done the last 2.5 years. It's marvelous. And we thank all of you for all your support over so many years. So I encourage you to read through the campaign brochure you'll find on your table, and please contact Ken Converse or any of the development staff to see how you can help. Things just don't happen. We need to make them happen. And also, as you leave, please take the photo cube gift on the tables by the doors. They're for you in our appreciation. So again, I sincerely thank you all for your time, the Siebens, the efforts you've made to be here, your family. We're grateful. And for those that are ready to head home, please have a safe journey. Already, I can see tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have safe travels home.